majority. But their party is a coalition partner of that government which takes the decisions in Jammu Kashmir. The situation is completely unsustainable and you are justifying it. And I want to add a dimension here, Arnab, which Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi should answer. There is a fallout here on...
Mr. Verma,
what makes the situation
be unsustainable?
Coalition government,
there is a fallout here on foreign
you
policy.
taken a decision to open a campus of
please, for God's sake, discuss Jammu Kashmir. We will discuss.
We were not in favor of that.
Pawan Verma, there are 1 minute. May I please come in between for a minute? Mr. Verma and Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, stop for a minute.
To a certain extent, we are tolerating. But we are having a defined limit, as it was in case of you, so is the case of p-3.
First of all, everybody just calm down for a minute. I am coming back to the debate. I want to pull the debate to the main point.
I am not against those.
Pawan Verma, just 1 minute.
Mr. Pawan Verma, your party tried to give the compensation to Bhagalpur rights on a communal line. We were opposed to it, but we did not pull out the government on this.
Minimum program. I think this
was not the part of common.
I am not interested in what you are saying.
With you, but you do it.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, please stop. Pawan Verma, please stop. This is a diversionary tactic. Pawan Verma, why are you getting into it? Pawan Verma, the BJP is pulling a stunt here on the news. I'm sorry, Pawan Verma, the BJP is pulling a stunt on the news. The BJP does not want to answer the question. And no, 1 second, Pawan Verma, just pull back for a minute. I need to ask both the PDP and the BJP, they must be honest with us. They have to be honest. I want both of them on the screen. I want everyone to be quiet for just 1 minute. Now, the very serious matter has now emerged. If the Home Minister of India is not speaking the truth before the Parliament of this country, it's a very serious matter. Yesterday, in the floor of Parliament, Rajnath Singh makes an elaborate speech saying, I had asked for a report, and he said, we asked for a report on Masrat Alam's release as soon as we got to know about it. He said he asked for a report immediately. He did not tell the House that the process to release Masrat Alam was crafted, Maruf, under President's rule, which means under the rule of the BJP-led centre. Given that the governor and the state machinery is directly under the control of the government of India, how can Rajnath Singh frame the narrative that he was notified of the release only after the procedure was complete and this man was free on the 9th of March when there is a letter indicating the same of the 4th of February 2015? So very serious matter now emerges, Maruf. Was the Home Minister being economical with the truth? Was the Home Minister lying in Parliament?
Now then the Prime Minister are guilty of suppression and misleading.
This is a very serious. Was the Home Minister speaking the truth in Parliament or not, Maruf?
Can I answer?
No, you can't. I want Maruf's view on this.
May I? I just want to submit. Is this question is to me or to somebody?
Maruf.
Home Minister of India, the Home Minister of India has all the apparatus and the arms of the state at his disposal to know how a situation is evolving well before the final deed is done. So I would be very surprised if the Home Minister of India finally gets to know through a news channel that Masrat Alam has been released.
Exactly.
I'm sure the events happening in the background would have kept his office informed. Whether the exact details are known or not, I mean, that I cannot speculate on. But my point is a larger one, which I'd like Mr. Drabu to respond to. That by releasing people who have a track record of creating instability and chaos, how do you hope to achieve good governance, which is the desire of every Kashmiri? And in the past, history has shown, and I'm quoting from Wajat Habibullah's book on Kashmir, who, as you will agree, has more than 3 decades of experience there, that repeatedly criminals have been released and moved out from the court at the pressure of political parties, which has made the security machinery and the police officer completely ineffective. So are you breaking down the security apparatus in the hope of pleasing one constituency, which may have given you some level of support, as the Chief Minister has alluded to? And finally, you asked me the question, Hasib, that do I believe in democracy or not? I want to ask you a larger question. Do you believe in the idea of India? Do you believe that Kashmir can be happily and successfully a part of India? Or do you feel that you need to go the separatist way? Please answer those and then we'll know where you stand.
No, I can't hear him.
Hasib, did you hear Maruf?
Not the last bit, but I heard the essence of it. Let me start by asking you a question. Since Arnab also you referred to this whole thing about my being a politician, let me answer this by saying the difference between you and me and between Maruf and me is that I am looking to change Masrat Alam from being a separatist, being someone who we can engage with and get him into the mainstream.
So you want to reform Masrat Alam?
You forever want all of them to remain where they are.
Good luck.
No.
Good luck to you.
Of course,
good luck to you, Mr. Drabu.
Of course, we need lots of good luck.
So maybe you want to reform Hafiz Saeed next.
But sustainable development is only possible when everybody in J&K is on board.
Okay, so Hasib Drabu, I have a counter question to you. Hasib Drabu, before you move on, I have a counter question to you. No, one second. I have a counter question to you. No, 1 minute.
No, let me finish.
I want to ask you. You are the author of the Common Minimum Program. No, 1 second.
Yes.
1 second. You are the author of the Common Minimum Program. Are you or are you not? First of all, have I identified you rightly as the writer, co-author of the Common Minimum Program on which this government was formed?
It was written by me with Ram Madhav. Yes.
Okay, then why are you burning it tonight? Why are you why are you destroying it tonight? Why have you decided to tear it apart?
I am not destroying it.
Of course you are. Should I prove it?
I am not.
No, then tell me. No, then tell me. Then tell me tonight. Tell me tonight, Hasib Drabu. Where in the Common Minimum Program does it say that your alliance, so-called alliance, will pander to anti-national interests?
It doesn't say that. What it does say, nor are we doing so by releasing one person.
Okay.
What we are saying is, what is in the Common Program?
Under the Common Minimum Program.
Everybody,
irrespective
of their ideological position.
No, of course not. In the Common Minimum Program, under the section of social and humanitarian initiatives, you promised to protect the religious diversity of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. You are releasing a man today who is determined to spread Islamization of the Kashmir Valley. This is completely destroying your Common Minimum Program.
How you see it? Do you think? No.
I am asking you.
Every time.
No, I am asking you. And in your Common Minimum Program, you said we will engage with internal stakeholders and specifically noted that these stakeholders were quote-unquote political groups. You did not say you will open up the jails, freeing anti-national elements who pose a significant threat to the security of our country.
There's no question of opening gates.
So I've proven you wrong on 3 grounds. And Hasib Drabu, on one final point I'll tell you. You're an erudite man. You're a well-known economist. You're the finance minister of Jammu and Kashmir. But let me tell you, Hasib Drabu, look back at the facts. In March 2013, the Supreme Court ruling in the Masrat Alam case said, and I agree, that he cannot be illegally detained and upheld the High Court's decision quashing his detention. However, the previous state government continued to hold him under the Public Safety Act. And there was no reason this government could not continue to do so. A fresh charge was brought against him.
That is not the style we want to follow.
I'm telling you, no.
Precisely.
What gives you the right?
That is the key issue.
Maruf,
that is the key issue.
No, so
we don't want to be illegal. And
no.
You need to understand.
The man. Simple question.
Maruf has a counter.
That is the main difference.
Maruf has a counter.
We don't want to do that.
No, what do you want to do? Maruf has a counter question.
Mr. Drabu, my simple question is releasing Masrat Alam more important than setting out the blueprint for a modern, progressive, well-developed Kashmir and a future for Kashmir? You have taken no steps in that direction. What is the urgency to release people who have a track record of unsettling the environment? Do you want an unsettled environment to your development?
Mr.
Or
Raza,
would you like a settled environment?
Mr. Raza,
this goes against logic. This goes against logic.
Mr. Raza, there is no urgency. As you are saying, this decision was taken sometime in February. Now you have 2 ways to do this.
I'm not saying.
No, 1 minute.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that if a decision was taken, the Home Minister must have been informed by the various intelligence agencies. It's unlikely that the Home Minister of India would get news from breaking news on a TV channel. I'm sure he knows the background. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not inferring any more than that.
No, the question tonight is simply this. You see, Maruf today, Hasib Drabu says, I want to reform Masrat Alam.
The argument you're making is it more, why not, Arnab? Why not?
Because there has been an election, Hasib Drabu. And because I'm questioning you tonight, where do your loyalties lie? To the 1,092,203 people who voted for you, or a ragtag bunch of irrelevant people who you have been determined and desperate to please from day one? Where do your loyalties lie, Hasib Drabu?
No, there is no question of pleasing anybody.
Of course, that's what you have been. I'll tell you 4 instances. I'll give you. You have been pleasing others. Why did your chief minister say? Why did your chief minister thank terrorist groups in Jammu and Kashmir, in Pakistan for the election?
That is what you interpreted out of it.
No, I did not. You were sitting right there next to him. You were sitting there right next to him.
I can tell you, he didn't thank
No, he did.
This is a very clear quote.
It was quite clear.
Not once, but more than once, he repeated the thanks.
Okay, here's one point. Tomorrow, now I am told there is going to be a resolution that is going to be moved in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I want you back on this part of the debate. By the way, Sudhanshu Trivedi, you should be hearing आपको आज जो हसीब द्राबू है और वो कोई जूनियर नेता नहीं है PDP के. He's the finance minister, right-hand man of Mufti Muhammad Saeed. He's saying we want to reform Masrat Alam. I am asking him repeatedly, will you rearrest Masrat Alam? No. Does the BJP have the guts? Does the Bharatiya Janata Party, which has already compromised on Article 370, have the political guts to take on a party which has said we will not rearrest Masrat Alam? That is the question tonight. Sudhanshu Trivedi, where will you run? You can run, but you can't hide now.
Whatever the message was needed to be conveyed has been properly conveyed to the proper channels in the government.
What proper channel? This is not your private matter.
And I want to make it firm that we are not going to compromise on the national security, whether it is the release of Masrat Alam or anybody else.
No, they will
on
not
the technical grounds, we are not going to allow this.
You are the BJP. You are the BJP. They are the PDP. Will you rearrest Masrat Alam?
How the anti-national people like Masrat Alam can be put to the task?
What put to the task? He's out there on a picnic.
It is not about PDP.
Yes, obviously. We will try to find out the legal procedures how he can be put again in the jail. Because the flimsy legal procedure which has been adopted by the previous government, which paved the way on legal.
So you are saying tonight, Sudhanshu Trivedi, you are committing. No, one second. Sudhanshu Trivedi, then you are committing on TimesNow on the News Hour tonight. You are committing on News Hour that you will bring Masrat Alam, put him back in jail. Are you confident enough to say that? Will you say that Pawan Verma? Pawan Verma should.
My entire statement is that we will see the flimsy legal grounds of the previous government which led to the technical grounds of his release, and Home Ministry has sought the answer, and after the detailed reply we will try to devise the mechanism how this arrest can be done again. That's what I'm saying.
Let me come in.
Yes, Pawan.
Arnab, how can the BJP, let's talk logically and coolly, how can the BJP disassociate itself from this decision when it is a part of the coalition government in Jammu Kashmir? A decision is taken by the government. You cannot have a situation. आप सुन तो लीजिए, समझ आ जाए आपको बात, तो आलापना बंद कर दूंगा. You take a decision in Kashmir which is part of your government, and in Delhi you condemn it. Do you think the people of India are fooled? And I want to ask another question, Arnab. Give me 30 seconds, please, to ask it.
Who's the question?
In the Common Minimum Program and during the coalition talks, there was also the question of opening up lines with Pakistan. And our Foreign Secretary, probably in good faith, under the garb of SARC, went and met the Pakistani Foreign Secretary. And a week later, you have the Pakistan High Commissioner in Delhi having a meeting with Mr. Gilani. I ask you, is foreign policy going to be made as a consequence of this unholy alliance of the BJP and PDP in Jammu Kashmir? Or is it going to be made by the center in Delhi?
Let Mr. Drabu
there are consequences to follow here.
Let Mr. Drabu answer that. Let Mr. Drabu answer that.
Yes. No, there is no question of I have a problem with unholy alliance. But what is wrong with talking to Pakistan? What is wrong with talking to Pakistan? And if there's a problem between India and Pakistan, the worst sufferers are the people of J&K. There is no contention. There is no contention that the state government will decide the foreign policy of India. But what is the harm of consulting, getting support from the state governments on foreign policy of India? What is wrong with it? Why should it be seen as something? And don't position it today as BJP versus PDP.
No, one second. Why are you so pro-Pakistan, Hasib? Hasib Drabu, simple question. You are an Indian political party operating in an Indian state under the Indian constitution. But you are constantly pandering to Pakistan. I mean, what is your Pakistan obsession?
I am not pandering to Pakistan.
You are. No, one second.
Pakistan.
Your party.
I understand the ground.
Your party, not you personally. No, your party, not you personally, is constantly pro-Pakistan. And the BJP today is in a political alliance with a pro-Pakistan party. Why don't you put national interest first and Pakistan's interest second? You put Pakistan's interest first and national interest second.
There is no question of putting Pakistan interest ahead of the national interest.
Well, you have done it again and again and again. Constantly you undermined your own country.
Of course not.
Of course you have.
Of course not.
Of course you have.
That is how you want to see it.
Well, I'll give you examples.
Give me one
let me give you three examples. Let me give you three
So,
examples. Okay?
Hasib
Drabu, okay, here is it. Because somehow I feel tonight a very reasonable and otherwise intelligent man, fairly erudite, leaves facts, logic and moves into the realm of political rhetoric just because he's joined a political party. Hasib Drabu wants examples, and I'm saying this to the finance minister of Jammu and Kashmir, that his party is a pro-Pakistan party. Example one, Hasib Drabu, from me to you. When Narendra Modi decided to cut off talks with Pakistan after violence across the border in which our citizens were affected, your party said the move was squandering the relationship. Example number two, when Pakistan brutalized and killed our civilians across the border.